lunch? That's it? Okay, so? Great? Massive. Huh? If you distribute books in Africa, you ask people, what did you eat today? Huh? And they're like, same in China. You just talk about food, and they're like, immediately they connect. I'm sure there's some parts of India also like that, right? You just ask them, what did you eat today? And immediately you have a point of conversation. So figure out what people like, figure out what's dear to their heart, and you'll be much easier. I was in Burlingame, California with one of my main mentors, Vaisheshika Prabhu. And we were at a car wash. You know what a car wash is? You get out and they wash the car for you. So we were sitting on the bench, and there's a lady there with a dog. And Vaisheshika Prabhu says, hey, that's a nice dog. What kind of a dog is that? And I immediately get up to get the Bhagavad Gita from the car. Because I know if she answers this question, she's finished. And of course, she took the hook. She said, well, this is such and such and this and that. And I was already back. I just handed him the book. He didn't even have to look. It was like blind pass, Just I hand him the book and boom. Score. Okay? That's how you have to play. You have to understand what are people's sensibilities, and then it's smooth. Smooth. Which industry are we in? What is our industry? Education. Service. Yes. Seva. Seva. Huh? People ask you, why are you doing this? You say, Seva? You heard of Seva? They, yeah. I get it. People still doing this? Yeah, it works. I guarantee you, you create Seva opportunities, you will never run out of, excitement. In all the places where I've seen where the leaders set up service opportunities, there's so many people who want to do service. My dear friend Vedasar in Atlanta, he's from Guwahati. I don't know if you know Vedasar. Him and his older brother, they ran away from home. He was 5, his brother was 7. They ran away. Things were bad. They jumped on a train south. There was too many people on the train. Like when you don't have a ticket, you're in that train where there's a lot of people who also don't have a ticket. So at some point it got too stuffy, so he and his brother got off the train. They were hungry, they were thirsty. And they were looking around at the station to find something to eat. And the train took off. So whatever little they had, it was gone. They were there on the station. And it was Navadvip station. Navadvip train station. Another friend of mine, Lagu Haridas, he's European Taekwondo champion. Big, tall guy. Remember Lagu? He saw those two kids. He was there on the train station. He said, what are you guys doing? And they said, we're from Assam and ran away from home and want to go to Kolkata, to the big city, and, live the life. And he said, you come with me. And he brought them to Gurukul. And they were there for 20 years. So he's a temple president in Atlanta now. He started doing different types of prasadam business. They had WhatsApp groups for corporate, for university, and he went up to 800 lunches. He would just text the menu to different groups. So if you want to create opportunity for your congregation, create some prasadam business. So they were selling up to 800 lunches a day, centrally cooked and then just distributed to different areas, all by mobile WhatsApp groups. People pay electronically. You just have drivers, they deliver the lunches, people pick up their lunch. Then he realized that there is more money in Food for Life than in business. Because once you start doing Food for Life, government gives you money, corporate gives you money, privates give you money. And you don't have to compete with a million other people who do catering. So now he just does Food for Life. And there are so many people interested in taking part in this activity. In San Francisco, I was sent there to start a center. I told you the story, right? So, one day a week we do Food for Life, and there's always people who help with cooking and who help with serving. One lady came from a Swiss bank, middle-aged lady, and they put on their nice, shirt, such and such bank is serving community, blah, blah, blah. You know the story. They take their picture. And afterwards she said, when can we do this again? I'm 50 years old. This is the first time I did something without getting paid. And it felt so good. When can we do this again? Huh? So if you offer people service opportunity, they will take it. But you have to, train them and make sure it's good, it's safe, it's done well. So there's no limit in service. Can you show the slide on customer care? Yes. So we're in the service industry. There are some mechanics, some things to be careful about. You got to scroll, or you can do it differently. Okay, yes. Okay. There's notes on customer care. By the way, what we covered this morning is page 14, 15, 16, and 17 of your student handbooks. You should read this because we only touched on it. We didn't go into too much detail or too much depth. Okay? And then guidelines of customer care. That's page number 18. I want guidelines on customer care. It's a different thing. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Back. Too fast. All right. What you got? Yeah. Somebody like to read? Microphone.
A customer is the most important visitor at our premises. He is not dependent on us. We are dependent on him. He is not an interruption in our work. He is the purpose of it. He is not an outsider on our business. He is a part of it. We are not doing him a favor by serving him. He is giving us an opportunity to do so. Mahatma Gandhi.
So, how many times have you seen people walk into the temple, they look around, like in Vrindavan, it's a classic. They come in one door, they go around, they look at the flowers, they may or may not see the deities, they walk out the other side, and they leave. Have you seen? Huh? How many times have you seen people walk into your center? They walk in, they look around, they walk out, and nobody talks to them. Have you noticed? Happens, right? Yeah. So your job as a leader is to create many points of interaction where they will actually engage, they will actually interact. Not just with people who want to sell them things, but with people who are actually there. Like you go, I know you're brahmacharis, you don't go to hotels or to resorts, but you have seen or heard. You go to some decent company, there's somebody there just greeting you at the door. They say, okay, welcome to XYZ Corporation. Thanks for being here. And they open the door. Okay? And then you come in. Then there's a receptionist. They look nice, they behave nice, and they say, yes, thanks for being here. How can we help you? Then they send you, or they call whoever you need to meet. That is called professionalism. That is called customer care. Did you ever call your temple? Have you ever tried to call your center? Of course, there's no more landlines, right? Now everything is mobile. In most places of the world, if nobody answers the phone, it's the right number. They don't even have answering machines. If it's busy, then you can be sure it's also the right number. So, as a leader, we have to ensure that people are actually getting connected. They're actually getting a response. Otherwise, because responsibility means the ability to respond. You can write that down. Responsibility means the ability to respond. If you're not able to respond, you're not responsible. you're not holding responsibility. So you should not be in a position of responsibility. We have to be able to respond. And that means also willing. Not just accessible, but also available and willing. All right. So the statistics show customer satisfaction. Is that what I was looking for? I don't know what happened here. Pum, 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 pum. What happened to the 4%? Why customers go away? Okay, something got omitted. We have to update our slides. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
During chanting, many people come, but everybody is there for his own chanting. Nobody will give attention to them.
So you have to make it somebody's service, because those people who come during chanting, they're very fortunate. They got up early. They're very fortunate. And if they feel that nobody's really bothered, they just walk away. But if somebody's there and has, okay, you can sit here, gives them beads, gives them a mantra card, this is what we're going to do, they'll go right in. They'll go right into the practice. So that's somebody's service. You have to figure out, how to do that. Yeah. That's why for brahmacharis, for the vairagis, for us it's best we chant before Mangalarti. Because you know that once Mangalarti starts, it's like, woo, like everybody comes. You know how it is, like, everybody asks you this, that. So, like if you're a parent, you have family, you have to chant before your family wakes up, before your kids wake up. Otherwise it's game over, it's like, game over. He is struggling for the whole day. If you want to be a leader, you have to be 5 steps ahead of the game. 5 steps ahead of the game. 5 steps ahead of your group. That means you get up early. You have to be disciplined. You have to be regulated. Okay? Because you have to be able and willing to assist people, devotees, congregation, anybody in their service. You can't say, oh, now is japa time. Go away. Then you be like those pandas, at the holy places. Just anger, fear, extortion, manipulation. That's why people drop out and convert to other religions. Not because, but because they're upset the way they're mistreated, they're abused. So develop a service attitude, and you have plenty of people who want to help out. Okay? Doesn't mean that you have to be on call 24/7. Nobody is able to do that. We'll talk more about delegation and systems and all that tomorrow. Okay? So, what's not on here, but it's in your student handbook, only 4% of dissatisfied customers ever complain to the organization about the cause of their dissatisfaction. 96% of dissatisfied customers go away quietly. 91% never come back. Pretty heavy, huh? Pretty heavy. Then why do they go away? 2/3 because of the indifference by the owner, manager, or employee. A dissatisfied person tells 8 to 10 people about their problem. 1 in 5 tells 20 people. And it takes 12 positive interactions to make up for 1 bad interaction. These are just surveys. These are just the statistics. This is just regular data across the board. Customer loyalty is worth 10 times the price of a single purchase. Yet businesses spend 6 times as much to make new customers than to keep existing ones. You remember what we said? 70% are repeat customers. Yet we put out so much effort to contact new people, but we don't take that much care of our existing customers. How much effort, how much energy are you putting into your existing customers, into your congregation, into your members, into your team? ISKCON is #1 in the world for first contact. We're out there at the stoplights, at the airports, at the train station, at the subways, at the mall. We're out there in the most impossible places distributing books. And people are watching us, and people are copying us. But when it comes to follow-up, we're not even amongst the first 50 groups. Have you noticed? We are not even amongst the first 50. And we have to change that. We're doing a lot of work, and a lot of groups are benefiting from our work. Have you noticed? You have noticed, right? Okay. Other groups benefit from the work that we do. Various groups, like we do the book action, we go out, we connect people with the knowledge, but then we're not there to actually assist people in their practice. We're not there. Like for instance, right now, the system of initiation is very obscure. It's very constipated. Have you noticed the bottleneck? You ever tried to talk to a Diksha Guru? Have you tried? It's impossible, right? Why? Because there's just too many people for too few gurus. It doesn't work. Have you noticed? The system just doesn't work right now. So something has to be done. When you notice that there is a jam, there is a bottleneck in your operation, you have to alleviate that constipation so that the energy can actually flow. Otherwise, the tension will increase and increase and increase, and people go away. People are going, they can get initiated anywhere. On first sight, love on first sight. Boom, mantra. Boom, name. Boom, Siddha Pranali. You can get anything you want. 2 rupee Diksha. You know the story, right? Mayapur, in front of the main gate. The guy who comes up with his little rickshaw, and he grabs his microphone and he says, Diksha, Diksha, 2 rupee, Diksha, Diksha. And they sell a certificate for Diksha for 2 rupees. Some places it's free. You can just go into a lecture and at the end they throw some holy water at you or whatever. And that's it, you're initiated. You're part of the group. Now, of course, what does it mean? It's really pointless because people are not educated, they don't change their habits, there's no transformation, no change of heart. But what I'm saying is, we did a lot of work to sensibilize, to get people more interested in spirituality, but then they somehow got hijacked, they somehow got diverted into some different direction. And oftentimes, if they're lucky, they end up with some Gaudiya group. And eventually, they still come back to ISKCON, because that's where the Sangha is, that's where the training is, that's where the education is, and that's where some systematic, program happens, which most of the other groups don't have. But unfortunately, they already initiated somewhere else. They already have some mixed kind of, loyalty. Have you noticed? Have you seen these scenarios? You have. Many times, right? So we got to figure out our own strategy, our own game plan. We'll talk more about that. That's where you guys come into play. So, where are we at? We've done this one. Quality customer service is the key to success in any organization. Okay, do's and don'ts. All right, this is all in your student handbooks. I want you to read this, to meditate on this deeply. It's not enough to just have a little suggestion box. Like in the airport, have you seen? Usually next to the toilet, to the latrine, there's a little suggestion box. And once in a month, the janitor comes and he empties it and throws it in the garbage bin. Have you noticed? Have you seen? That's not what is meant with customer care and with, taking feedback. It's easy to say, I live to be corrected. Give me feedback. Are you really interested in feedback? Do you really want to improve yourself? Do you want to improve your operation? Prove it. Prove it. Otherwise, people will lose trust and they will stop communicating. They will stop telling you what they think. They'll just be there and, do as much or as little as they need to get by, to get as much as they can. But that's not really the kind of interaction that we want to foster in people. Because we should train people to be independently thoughtful and self-reliant. That's what Prabhupada wanted. That's why he wanted to create a society of Brahmins. Now we know if people are in the lower modes of nature, they have different incentives. There's different types of power. There is force, expedient power. There is some incentive. You may put a carrot. You may put some target for them, and they run on percentage or on salary base. But the highest form of motivation is what? Inspiration. What does inspiration mean? Why are we here? Anyone here getting paid to attend this course? I know I'm not. I think you're not either, right? So why are we here? Individual, spontaneous, and voluntary, right? We're here because of our own choice. And that's called love. That's called love. That you do it because you want to please Guru and Krishna. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my swadharma. Dharma svanushtita pungshang vishwakshena katha suyan utpadayeda diratim shrama eva hi kevalam. There's a lot of shrama eva hi kevalam going on in this world. Even in the name of, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. If you want people to stick around or to have a good experience, you have to actually offer them selfless service. And how do you do that? By your own personal example. That's where acharya comes in. You have to lead by your own example. You've heard of San Francisco. You've heard of Ratha Yatra. Jayananda Prabhu. He was very, very amicable. He was very friendly. He was a huge guy. He was over 2 meters tall, a real giant. He was a graduate in mechanical, some type of engineering, and big guy. Yet he was very gentle. He would drive a taxi, a cab. He's also the temple president. He's also the guy who took out the trash. Now I know you get confused because in India these things don't work together, right? That's all rasabasa, right? President driving a cab, taking out the trash. What? Prabhupada did everything. So he did what was needed to do. He did so much service he could not sit down in class. He was always standing at the back at the wall. Because if he would sit down, he would fall asleep immediately. Prabhupada was so pleased with his service. He was so happy with him. He made devotees. You want to know how he made devotees? When he was building the Rath cart, he would just pick people off the street and say, "Hey, you, do you know how to hold a hammer?" The guy said, "Holding a hammer? Yeah, sure. Okay, hold this hammer. Okay, can you hold a nail? Yeah, I can do that. Okay, can you hammer this nail here into this board?" And they did it. They said, "Okay, just keep going. Okay. Then he brought them lunch. And next thing you know, Hare Krishna, he shaved them up, He just picked people off the streets and he made them devotees. They just didn't want to leave because the guy was so nice. He just took care of them. He gave them meaning and purpose. He gave them service. And more than that, he gave them his heart. He gave them friendship. Unconditional friendship. So if you want to expand, I'm just saying theoretically, if you want to expand your congregation and your exposure, then we should study these examples and see. You may not drive a cab, you may not take out the trash, even though you might be forced to. I don't know the size of your operation. Juhu has 500 employees, Chopati has 400, here they may have 300. If things get big, you need more people. It's not a problem. But that spirit of seva, we cannot let that go. Otherwise, I was in Bangalore at ISKCON of Bangalore, and there was an appointed tour guide who showed me around. And he said, "And here are the statues." And I said, "Excuse me? Excuse me? The statues? They're not statues, This is the Lord. This is Archa Vigraha. It's just some hired dude, who's doing his job. He was just hired by HR department. He doesn't know what's up and down. He knows nothing about nothing. He just knows he gets paid and he gets food. So he wears the uniform and he takes people around. So we don't want to go from disorganized to organized religion, okay? We can't lose that spirit of seva. So you got to make sure that your ratio of people who are there just for the love of it, just for the seva, is always the majority. And those who are getting paid, who are on job programs, it's the minority, okay? Ensure that. Otherwise, it will become more and more corporate. It will become more and more just commercial. I meet so many people who have been to ISKCON of Bangalore, and they will say, big place, very nice, but very commercial. A lot of stuff to sell, a lot of stuff to donate, a lot of stuff to sign up for. And then I ask them, for you, what would be the ideal ISKCON? And they say, usually Vrindavan. We walk in, there's people chanting, there's people doing seva, there's flowers, there's just, you can just see it's a different energy, it's a different vibration. So don't turn your place into another Disneyland. You heard of Disneyland? The mouse? You heard of the mouse? Yeah, you heard of the mouse. Okay, just checking. So, and there everything is just buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. It's all just transaction. People are not looking for transactional relationship. They're looking for transformational relationship. But that means we have to be willing to put our heart into it. Bhakti is not a transactional relationship, it's a transformational relationship. But we have to start and invest our heart into that relationship. And that means taking care and not treating people just as spectators or as customers or as a nuisance, but we have to treat them actually as family. We treat them as our own. And believe it or not, they'll stick around and they'll be part of your team sooner than later. Okay, so I'm not going to just go through all this reading, but okay, you can turn it off. We'll talk more about customer care and follow-up, but there's something else that I wanted to do. I promised you we're going to show you a few videos, so you go to the video clips, book distribution. We're going to analyze a few distribution styles, and again, this is just in general, in principle. Tomorrow we're going to talk about different scenarios, book tables, door-to-door, industries, sets, sponsor books, all that stuff. We'll talk about that tomorrow, okay? Today we're still sticking with approach, interaction, and closing, the basic mechanics of a interaction, what happens in book distribution. All right? Okay. Yes.
Like in temples, we offer courses. For that, we charge also, because when we keep courses free, so people register but they don't come for the classes. So sometimes we charge also. So that is also counted in business.
No, it's not business. It's a service charge. If we would charge you as a business, we'll charge you 25,000 rupees. If you have a serious course, it's not going to be 400 rupee or, that's just a service charge. Just so that people don't take it for granted. Like we tell people, when they ask, why do you ask for money? Do people ever ask you, why do you ask for money? And I always tell them, so that people don't take it for cheap. Otherwise, they'll throw it away. Because if you get it for free, you take it cheaply. And we don't want to disrespect. And they all agree with that. They get that idea, that concept. If we were to sell at market price, how much would this book cost? More than 500 rupees, right? 600-700 rupee right now for a book like this. But our cost is 300. So we're just taking a donation so we can replace this book so somebody else will also get the chance to read it. Book distribution. Brigupati. First one, Buddhist monk. Okay, now, what I want you to do is watch very carefully.
Sir, excuse me. Are you a passenger? Yeah. Are you on a flight? Here, then you get a copy, and we'll sign that. Are you a monk?
Yeah.
Very good. Buddhist monk?
Buddhist monk.
Very nice. Here, let me sign this for you. This is on meditation and yoga. And that's almost a picture of Buddha.
Okay.
We don't sell these, we just ask for a donation. Could you give a donation to help out? We just ask for a donation from the heart.
Oh.
you know, you understand, right? Could you pitch in a donation to help out? Just real quick, just, there's no minimum, it's just from your heart. Just, can you give $1 or $2 or something like that? From your heart, thank you.
Let's see.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Hare Krishna, thank you.
Stop. Go back to the beginning. What happened? Huh? How did he get attention? What did he say to get his attention?
Are you a monk?
Are you a monk? Are you a passenger? Okay. He got his attention, right? What else did you see? Come on, work with me, people. Huh? You see this picture here? It almost looks like Buddha. Connection, sambandha, right? He made the bridge. What else did he say? Come on. He put the book in his hand. Okay. How was the presentation? Smooth. As smooth as mango lassi, straight from the fridge, right? Huh? It's like when you have Abhishek, you have that big jug of Abhishek, huh? Charanamrit, right? You just go igloo. Just don't stop, right? It was smooth, there was no hiccup. Okay, what else did you notice? Go back to the beginning. Okay, we'll take a few more. Work with the mics. I know this is the post-lunch coma, but we try to get a little action here.
Even told him that we don't charges. We take some donation from your heart. From your heart, he's saying.
You saw how he made the expression from the heart? Because there might have been some language barrier, because this is probably Thailand, you know, Buddhist monk, language, English. You know the example Prabhupada gives about the house that's on fire? You can get help, right? You know how to get help if there is a situation. Okay, what else did you see? Yeah. He tried to get help from the other guy. Huh? Did the other guy help? Huh?
He translated.
He translated a little bit, yeah, he helped with the translation. But then when he came to the money part, the other guy was just like, huh? What? The big guy, you saw? But then monks have money. Huh? You know, monks have money. Huh? So, you know how many sannyasis are giving loan to grihastas? In ISKCON? The sannyasis have the money, not the householders. So, what else did you see? Okay, let's watch it again.
Okay, thank you, Dick. Stop it, sir, excuse me.
How does he look like? Go a little forward. Just keep playing.
Okay, thank you, Dick. Stop.
How does he look like? Professional.
Yeah.
Perfect. Proper. Anybody can stop and talk to this person. He looks like an official, right?
Yes.
Paka. First class. He's got his own rolly bag, so he looks like a traveler or some official person. Anybody would talk to him. Nobody would feel, Okay, next.
Sir, excuse me. Are you a passenger? Yeah. You're on a flight. Here, then you get a copy, and we'll sign that. Are you a monk?
Yeah.
Very good. A Buddhist monk?
Buddhist monk.
Very nice.
Stop. Sir, are you a passenger? Are you a monk? Yes. Are you a Buddhist monk? Yes. 3 times yes means he gets the book. You got it? Huh? You remember? Closed-ended questions? If you can make sure they say 3 times yes, if you get people to say 3 times yes, they'll buy the book. I guarantee you. Money back guarantee from this seminar. Huh? You get people to laugh, they'll buy the book. I guarantee you. The guy made me laugh. He was funny. That's all it takes. Why did you buy these shoes, Oh, the guy was nice, he was funny. I bought him. Oh, really? Huh? I have a friend, he said he bought a condo, he bought an apartment here in Pune. Ask why. They said, well, they asked me to, you know. They asked me to. You know, first I was renting, then they asked me to buy it, and I bought it. Well, okay. That's all it takes. You will lose 100% of all the sales that you don't ask for. 100%. So you have to ask. You got to actually ask people. Keep going.
On meditation and yoga. And that's almost a picture of Buddha.
Stop.
Yeah.
Books on meditation and yoga. And that's almost a picture of Buddha, right? Yes, yes. So he keeps on going on a positive streak. So he said what it's about, but then he makes the bridge to what this person is all about. Meditation, he can relate to that. Yoga, he can relate to that. The Buddha, he can relate to that. Next.
Ask for a donation. Could you give a donation to help out? We just asked for a donation.
You see his expression? You see his body language? You see his mood? I mean, he's fully into it, right? This is not just, you know, like, yeah, put the money there, you know? Yeah, okay, take it, yeah, you know? Body language is important. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? Huh? If you're a leader, if you're a manager, people have to interact with you. Body language is important. Yeah, tell me all your ideas. Yeah, I'm really interested. Yeah, tell me your ideas. Look at me. Am I open? So even though I'm saying, tell me your ideas, tell me your plan, the other person knows it's a waste of time. This guy, it's not going to happen. Let's wait till he dies and maybe the next guy is going to be better. Yeah, that's what it is. Welcome to ISKCON, right? So, but if somebody's there like this and goes, yeah, please tell me, what are your ideas? What should we do better for the next Rath Yatra? Then you can see, like, I'm open, you know? Body language, it's very important. Don't underestimate it. Okay? Go on.
You know, you understand, right? Could you pitch in a donation to help out? Just real quick, just there's no minimum. It's just from your heart. Just can you give $1 or $2 or something like that? From your heart. Thank you.
You saw what it did? Stop. What did it do? Bow down. Always bow down. Asian culture, always bow down. Huh? No matter how smart you are, no matter how much you know, people want to see humility. If they don't see humility, it's not going to work because they know you're not for real. Because they know the culture. They know how you're supposed to behave. They may not follow anything, but they know the culture. They know what you're supposed to be doing. I know it's funny, but that's the way it is. Get used to the idea. And, you know, he's a tall guy, so I really like it. Like, he bows down, you know, he's very gentle. He's very intuitive in his approach. All right?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
So, he thanks the person. He smiles. You know, nice exchange, right? Great. Any other comments? No? Yes? Yeah. Immediately goes for the next person. Yes. Okay, next one. Question, yes. Yes, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, he was asking for the donation, whatever donation you want to give from the heart. So while distributing in India, there are some places which are economically well to do, but there are some places where people are not, like if you ask for the donation of Bhagavad Gita of this size, they may give 20 rupees or 50 rupees. So then how to cope up with, yes, as you were saying in your presentation.
How to make up the deficit.
Yes. So like,
so you have to know your customer. Like this is LAX, this is Los Angeles Airport. Anybody who takes a flight or anybody who has a big car, they will not give you less than cost. And even if some give less, others give way more, and it will balance out. But if you're in a poor area, first of all, don't give them Bhagavad Gita. Give them small books. And whether they give you 10, 25, 1 rupee, 100 rupee, it doesn't matter. Let them fly. Anybody should get a book, okay? So you have to know your audience. Write that down. Know your audience. Know your audience. Yes, he in the back is first, and then you're next. We have one question in the back.
Prabhuji, is this success of distribution, so means you are saying ki because he spoke the closed questions, 3 questions yes, 3 yes came. So this was one of the reason he got successful in distributing book. And again this is a meditation book. Means he did not speak much about the book, just meditation, and he asked about, because time was very less.
Correct.
So
They have flights to catch. Time
Yeah.
is crucial.
So I am saying it depends. It's fully based upon experience. It cannot be said like it's a success or failure, because sometime it will be successful, sometime may not.
No, he got the book, and that's a success. Whether he's going to read it, that's not the matter. He made his contribution. He may not read it. He's 60 plus. He's a Buddhist monk, but the book is there. It will go with him. There will be other people who read it. How many of you bought the first book yourself? Many got books through somebody else, or they got from friend or from colleagues or relatives or like that. So the person who buys the book often is not the person who is going to read it. You got to be aware of that. So in that sense, confirmed. I love that sound.
No, what I mean to say that this Buddhist monk did not understand much whether he should buy or not, but he just saw the person, he took the book.
Yes.
So that is what I mean to say. Sometimes people wants to see, okay, what is in it for me, or whether I should know the subject, what he is talking
Yes, so then if they have those sort of questions, then you have to answer them. But that was not the issue or the problem in this case. Also, the example is given that the medicine works even if the person cannot read the prescription. Have you ever tried to read a prescription? Have you ever tried? You don't, right? Because it's a lot of big words that mean pretty much nothing, right? So even if you can't understand the prescription, what's in it, will the medicine work? Will the medicine work? Why does the medicine work?
That is a law of
Because an authorized medical practitioner prescribed it, and he knows that this is working for this person. And that's why it's a success, that's why it's working. Even though initially you may not see the result, but eventually the result will be shown, the result will be proven. We'll speak more about that. Thank you. Yes, last point. Somebody's got the mic?
I have a question.
Yes.
Prabhuji,
Thank
you said that know your audience.
Yes.
So what we have seen in India, that people in car also give 10 rupees, 50 rupees donation. So this happened to me quite a lot of times. So like I am really scared.
You're scared.
Yeah, like
Never be scared. Mashu Chaha. Don't fear. Don't be scared.
so. So how do we like identify who is the right candidate?
Everybody's the right target, but you may have to, Haribol, focus. You may have to use a different strategy, you see. When you give Bhagavad Gita, then you have to suggest an amount. You can't just say give anything you want. Tell people, most people give 500. Our cost is 300. 1,000 is generous. And you will see, people will give between. They will give 5 or 3 or 1,000. And if they say, oh, I only have very less, then you say, that's fine, you can give that too. I'll just give you a smaller book. That's okay, right? And they'll be happy. Oftentimes they just want to give you something. And then they get something, they're happy. They don't expect the Gita for 20 rupees. They don't, honestly. They know. They know. Here in India, people are very, very cost conscious. Just by the get up and the make of the book, they pretty much know how much it's worth. Have you noticed? They have a pretty good sense of gauging because they're Indians, you know, they're smart people. But you cannot be naive and just think you go and give school kids Bhagavad Gitas and they're going to hand you 300 or 500 rupees. It's not going to work. So when we go on Harinam or we go into public places or into buses or trains, you give small books, medium books, you keep some big and maha books, but primarily you do a lot of the small and medium books. And then if people show more interest, then you show them the bigger books. Okay? So you can build up. It's easier to build up than to build down. Because if I first give you the Gita, and then he gives me 20 rupees, and I take the Gita back and I give him a perfection of yoga, then it's like, you know. You know what I mean? But you can always take out the big book and give them something bigger. So learn that art. It's a bit of an art. Learn from the experts. There's so many experts around. Learn from them. Okay? We're moving on to the next one from England.
Sorry, excuse me, are you guys passengers or you're just dropping somebody off? You get a copy, we'll sign it for you. Married or just friends? Okay, yeah, you look too happy to be married. But it's on meditation. I'll do it for you real quick because I don't want to hold you up. This helps to relieve stress. You heard of stress, right? And I'm a monk. You know what a monk is? Not a punk, not a skunk. That's the, we don't sell them. We just ask for a donation. Could you throw in a donation, help out? Where are you guys from? What part of the world? England. Oh, okay. London? Yeah, that's great. 800 email websites in it. All right, thank you, man.
What happened? Smooth. What happened? Are you a passenger or are you dropping somebody off? Huh? Obviously, he's one or the other, right? He's already inside the airport. So, yes. Okay, what else did you see? Okay. And then said friends. And then what was his response? Huh? Why did she go away? Because he said something. What did he say? Oh yes, you look too happy to be married. You notice that? And she just left. That's dangerous business. That's dangerous business. It may be good because she left so he could buy the book. But usually don't try to divide couples. Treat them as a unit. If you divide them, oftentimes it bites you back. When it comes time to pay, then it's no go. Have you had situations like that? Where one or the other, because you avoided them, they ruined the sale? So this can backfire. This was delicate. What else happened?
He kept engaging him even when he was reaching out for his pocket. He kept.
Whatever happens, never stop talking. You can write that down. Whatever happens, never stop talking. Why? Because the worst thing that can happen for a materialist silence. Silence is the worst thing for a materialist. Because then the mind gets really loud and they get confused. Hey, I need to go, I have to do this, I have to do that. So no matter what you do, never stop talking. Doesn't mean that you have to do all the talking, but you have to keep engaging them. So he keeps on asking them, so where are you from? Oh, from England. From London? Oh yeah, that's nice. You see, he keeps going with the conversation, even as the person is giving the donation. Then what else happened? Somebody said something here. Yeah, he said, let me sign that for you. Some people like to do that. I don't. It's a bit of a gimmick, you know, you write your name in it or, you know, but some people have that habit. What did he say at the end? Thank you, and our email and 1-800 number contact is in there. At least mention that to every person. Why? Why would you tell people? But the job is done, right? I got my book point. I got my Lakshmi point. It's success, right? Is that full success? No? Why not? Ki Jai, you know, 108 books today. Ki Jai. For their cultivation, yes. So for that, You have to actually communicate that there is a place, there are people, there is ways to get in touch. It's not over here. This is just the beginning. How many people in our congregation think that initiation is the goal? The majority. What does initiation mean? Okay, so somebody got something wrong here, right? Something was wrongly communicated. Huh? Remember about goals, about upgrading your goals? Otherwise, when people get Diksha, they'll walk out. They'll think, I'm done. I've achieved. I've been humble. I've been submissive. I've paid my dues. I've taken the course. And now, hey, Haribol, Moksha, I'm liberated. I got my Gurudev. I got my Thakur. I got my name. I got my mala. I don't need these guys. I'm good. Have you met people like that? Too many. Too many. Whose fault is it? Our fault. Because we have failed to upgrade their understanding, their goals, their realization. So easy come, easy go. You know how many people walked out the door when Prabhupada left the world? Many. Because they thought that's it, it's over. Huh? Vani Vapu, they did not figure that out, that part. Huh? It's our duty as leaders to actually educate people. Otherwise, it will be just revolving doors. You'll be dealing with a lot of newcomers, a lot of people who come, a lot of volume, and you work real hard. You have to carry them on your back, like Atlas. You know Atlas, the Greek guy, carries the whole globe, you know? And you feel crushed by all that weight. And then later on, they move on because they feel, it's okay, you know, I got the guru, but it wasn't really that great. Let's go to the next place and see if they got something more exciting going on. Huh? So it's our duty to help them in that transformation. I have a seminar, it's called Life After Initiation. Is there a life after initiation? Are you sure? Are you convinced? There is a life after initiation, right? There's a good life. Huh? Absolutely. Okay, next. No, go to back. Go one back, Vijay. One up. First one. This is my old friend Vijay, who is the current minister of book distribution. Been doing it for over 40 years.
Excuse me, you guys. Who's the most intelligent between the three of you? Look at this artwork here, guys. Look at this here. And see, this shows how the soul is going through the body from boyhood to youth to old age. He's been there a while. Meditation. That's Vishnu. You know Shiva, huh? Wow, he reads this. We help people in suffering conditions and print books, so all the nice people give a donation, so give a donation to help out. Can you give a pinga, a donation? And these are for you. Okay. Thank you. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Well, one tip on the Bhagavad Gita. The first chapter is like an introduction. The second chapter starts the teaching, so don't get stuck on the first chapter. And the address to our temple is in the back of the book also. Okay? Thank you.
What happened? What did you notice? How did he start out? I want to hear from people who haven't participated yet. What happened? Yeah, there's 3 guys and one of them distributes books, but what happened? Yeah. These are young guys, you know. Amongst friends, it's all about humor. It's all about fun. So who is the smartest one amongst you? Who is the most intelligent? And they all go, hey, this one, this one, this one. And they all start laughing. Then I usually ask that smart guy, so who's the rich kid, you know? Who's the rich guy? Again, you know, you break the ice. You know icebreakers? You're using icebreakers when you do your presentations? You don't go on for hours on that stuff. You just use it in the beginning to kind of make them comfortable, open up, so they can actually get into focus. What else happened? Tell me.
he opened the book and showed about the science of the soul, progression of the.
How was it?
I think he showed the picture.
Yeah.
It was quite relatable.
Was good, right?
Yeah.
It was relatable. They were pretty captive. They were pretty focused. Were they all focused?
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Initially they were also.
One guy, he kind of drifted off and he took out his phone. So in a group environment, if one person just moves on or starts talking on the phone, let him go. Don't think that everybody, like in my class, I won't tolerate if somebody sleeps in my class. I won't tolerate it because this is a classroom environment. But on the street, when you distribute books, it happens. Some people just, they leave, let them go. Unless it's a family and it's the lady who goes with the wallet, with the money. And the guy's like, yeah, this is really great. This is really great. And well, she left with the money, so, So then it's a different scenario. But if it's friends, just let them do their thing, okay? And he accepted that. They're adults. It's okay.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Especially one thing, when he asked for donation, so there was little bit hesitation. So he said that this book is yours. So just you give donation.
Yeah.
This is for you. So let him feel that this book is yours. So he felt little bit very much possessive and confident.
Okay. Good. Behind you? First, second, whichever way. Same.
Something I really liked about His Grace Vijay Prabhu, though he's a brahmachari, he's senior Prabhupada disciple, the way he's dealing.
Not Prabhupada disciple.
Okay,
He's
my bad.
Sridananda Maharaj disciple.
Okay, sorry, but he's quite a senior devotee,
Yeah.
and he's a brahmachari, of course. But the way he's dealing with that young girl, he's not really stuck at that.
Those are all guys. There are no girls here.
Oh, all three? I thought
Yeah.
that the one with the Bhagavad Gita is a lady. I'm sorry for that.
No. They
Wrong
just have long hair,
Wrong observation.
Heavy metal? Those kind of guys,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
No problem.
Prabhuji said we are doing this to relieve people from the suffering.
To help people in suffering conditions.
Connect that emotions.
Yeah. People can relate to that. Okay.
He also guide how to read Bhagavad Gita.
He gave guidance. Did you notice that? How did he give guidance?
Don't stuck in first chapter.
Don't get stuck in first chapter. Too many names, too much Sanskrit. Just teaching start in second chapter. Very considerate, very kind, He thinks about the customer. He knows that this will be a problem. I was in Bulgaria, in Varga, on the coast, and I met a guy from, where was he from? Anyway, he was a foreigner. And the last book I had was only in the local language. It was in Bulgarian. And he bought the book without paying much attention to it. Then another friend came, and I got an English book from him, and I went into the restaurant where this guy went, and I went looking for him. And as I found him, he was just looking at the book, and I saw that look on his face like, I can't read this. This is not my language. And then I came and I said, you can't read this, right? This is not your language. That's why I brought you the English one. And he was really happy that I went there. And then a friend who sat next to him, he was also a foreigner, but he took the book for a friend who speaks that language. So I sold 2 books instead of 1 because of that, being considerate. Yes, somebody? Same, okay. Yeah, remind people about the contact information. You had something different? Same thing?
Different. Prabhu said that he didn't ask, can you give us donation? He said people are helping with donations. So
Yes.
it's like motivates them also. Others are also helping. So
We're helping people. People are helping with donations. If they see you're helping, they also want to help. So you create that. You create that mood, that spirit of helping. Okay? Yes. Yes, we're actually interested in helping people advance. We're not just moving product here. And we know something about our product. Did you ever go into a store and after 30 seconds you realized you know more about the product than the guy who tries to sell it to you? Has this happened to you? It's kind of funny, isn't it? It's like, why should I give you money? You know, you should be giving me money because I'm telling you about what you're doing. So it's kind of embarrassing sometimes. So know and love your product. You can write that down. Know and love your product. You have to know and love your product and your organization. ISKCON's, with all that fault, I love you. Huh? You know that saying. Okay, next. Yes. That's a saying, you know, England, with all thy faults, I love
Excuse
you.
me? I'm from California. Where are you from?
Norway.
Good dog, good dog. Hey, hey. Are you students, teachers, or musicians?
Students, I guess.
Who's the most intelligent between you? That's a tough one. It's a nice hour. Can you read Swedish?
Yeah.
Okay. It's one of the great classics of India on philosophy and wisdom, yoga and meditation. Here, I'll show you some nice artwork. That one's for you. Here, this is for her. It's written originally in Sanskrit. You probably want to read the Swedish. You're probably a little rusty on the Sanskrit there. But it's one of the great classics. There you go. But I'm a monk. You've heard of monks, right?
Yeah.
We help people in suffering conditions and print books, so all the nice people give a donation. So give a donation to help out. And these are for you.
Okay.
Okay. Once you give 100 or so, so for a good cause from your heart. You have good hearts. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Always more to learn, right?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And you take that. So you all have one now. You have a wonderful day, okay? The address to our temple is in the back of the book, but we also have a restaurant here. So
Okay.
come and visit. Bye.
Okay, what happened? Oh, analysts. Are you still tuned in or are you already gone? Microphone. In the front. In 2 seconds or your money back.
He first asked that, are you from which country, or are you from Norway, or you are students and all, connection.
Connection, yes. Make it very personal. Everybody, what's the most interesting topic to any person? Make it about them. Huh? I guarantee you, you have a very captive audience if you make it about them. Where are you from? What's your name? What do you do? What did he ask them? Are you students, musicians,
Teachers.
or teachers? It's always good to work in threes, you know? Threes, pairs of threes, like that. Ask them, are you rock stars, yogis, or regular losers? You can ask them whatever you want. If I have young students and they're proud, you know, you ask something like that. So, then what happened? Come on, come on. Yes, Mike in the back.
He said, I am from California, and where are you from? So he introduced himself first and then asked the question. So it is intimidating someone to tell me.
Yes,
I am from
it's
some-
very personable, you know. You tell people your name and where you're from, and then you ask them the same, and most people, they'll respond because it's just the way how people introduce themselves. What else? What did you like?
Again, ask the same question. Which one is the most intelligent?
Yeah, that's standard issue. It works, especially for young people, for students. Not for adults or for business people, you know, maybe a little odd. But students youngsters like that kind of stuff. What else?
We are here to help people suffering. So you
Help
can also
people in
help.
suffering condition, you can also help, yes. Did you like the way how he presented the books? You saw in which way he showed them and he gave them the book? You saw how he was presenting?
Smoothly.
Smooth, gentle, not no ram bam, jam bam, you know, running around jumping. Very, very deliberate, very peaceful. We're monks, you heard of monks, right? In the West, they don't have a frame of reference so much. Here it's kind of obvious, but you have to contextualize. You have to give them a frame. What else did you like?
At last, he told we have a restaurant also. So
We have
restaurant.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Restaurant and temple. That always works. If the fan is bothering you, you can also move up front here. There's no fan, or is it always the same? I don't know. Wherever you're comfortable.
He showed them that there is Sanskrit, and if you get rusty on that, then the English is also there. You can.
Yeah. Swedish, your local language, maybe easier.
When he was taking out money, that he added that you have a good heart. So to increase
Appreciation, yes. Not 100 rupees, 100 Swedish krona. Yeah. Borotaka. It's more like 500 or 1,000. You had a point?
Like in both the videos, like Prabhuji always said this thing that you have a very good heart, and those people have good heart, they donate. So obviously, like everybody, no one will say I don't have a good heart, and therefore they were willing to give.
Yeah, everybody will agree that they have a good heart, and they'll try to live up to it. Yes.
Sometimes people may take book and later on realize that they use some trick upon us. Sometimes they perceive it. So, and then the impression goes by. I have seen meeting people when we tried, oh, your friend, and distribute them, then they say, Arey, why you're playing a trick? Because some devotee had already talked to him that, no, take a book, give a donation. So as soon as we approached the second time to him, then he became very annoyed. So
trick, what is the trick?
So trick in the sense ki, okay, this book is for you and you can give donation whatever you like. So like that we give him a book. So then the moment we gave him, he said, Arey, you are playing a trick, you'll give the book, then you'll ask for money. Because sometime he would have some experience before.
Yeah, that can happen. So how can you prevent that? Have you ever met people like that? So how do you prevent that? How do you prevent people from feeling cheated, from feeling tricked, from feeling that this is just a gimmick? How do you prevent that? Yes. All the answers are already here.
It's a genuine thing we need to express. When it is genuine, it is never a trick.
Okay.
Genuinity should come from.
What if the person has felt that it was a trick?
We can honestly tell that that's what we are helping out people. Though I have many friends who have read this knowledge and came out of difficulties. We are actually wanting to help the people.
Okay, you make a sincere statement, that can help. What else?
I will give that book to him free.
Okay.
In the name of ISKCON you take.
Yes.
Ask forgiveness if you felt like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
Yes.
Does it work?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yes. If the person, sometimes, they even start apologizing. Oh, no, I didn't want to offend or criticize, I just last time I fell. I was in Mayapur, I visited a dear friend of mine, Krishna Kshetra Maharaj, and I asked him, what are you doing right now? He said, I'm writing an unconditional apology to one of my disciples. I said, wow. Why? He said, because her husband wrote me a letter and said that unless my wife gets an unconditional apology, she will stop the practice because she's so upset with certain things. So he wrote a letter unconditionally apologizing. Now you may say a guru has no business in apologizing to his disciples, but Prabhupada apologized. He didn't have a problem with that. So acharya means that you're leading by example. And humility is very much part of that example. So we don't have a problem to say, we're sorry, if somebody mistreated you or something went wrong, and let me make it right for you. Huh? And you can have a change of heart right there. Have you noticed? When you actually take on their feedback and you don't fight back, because if you fight back, it can get pretty ugly. I was up in Rishikesh and we were doing the Harinam, and it was one American man. He talked to my friend and he grabbed the Bhagavad Gita and he threw it on the street. And there was a scuffle. You know what a scuffle is? Like a fight. Not heavy fight, but just some pushing around and some, few punches. And then we left and we went to continue doing Harinam. After half hour, the cops came. They wanted to know who's in charge of this group. And they came to me. And they said, we're going to take you to the station. And that American tourist was there. The guy who was involved in that scuffle before. So I asked the police, can I talk to him for a minute? So they said, yeah, sure. India police, they're nice people. So I went and I sat with the boy. And I said, what's wrong? Why you're so upset? And he said, he came out with any conspiracy theory and anything, from book changes to you name it. He knew the whole history. Like he gave the whole 9 yards. And after 5 minutes, I said, have you finished? He said, no, I haven't finished. You have to listen to me now. And he went on and on and on. Because I realized that if I don't hear him out, it's going to be worse. So I better take a little bit of that poison and get it out. So at the end, he said, I finished. I said, you know what? It's actually much worse than you think. You only know the tip of the iceberg. I've been doing this for 40 years. It's much worse. But I have decided to stay inside the organization and to continue serving to be part of the solution to make things better. Whereas some people are from the outside and they're just criticizing and just screaming and yelling, and that usually doesn't change anything. Now, if somebody has offended you, if somebody has upset you, I really apologize for that. And I wish we can make it up to you, we can sort that out. Yet, the positive solution is that we keep on educating people and educating ourselves, and we work on the future. So the policemen were like, okay, let's go to the station, because they know they can book us, and then there's money involved and all that kind of stuff, right? And then the guy said, okay, it's over, we can go home now. And they said, what, it's over? No money? Yeah, it's over. He was happy. So sometimes all it takes is you have to hear a person out, you give your sincere apologies, you recommit, you say, we'll try to do better next time, we learned, and you move on. That tourist, he still came for the next couple of days and he watched our kirtan from a distance, just to make sure we were doing the right thing. So he wasn't a bad person. He just had bad experience and he got a lot of negative propaganda. Have you met people like that? They read some bad stuff and then they had some wrong idea and they need some unconditional love. It's called kill them with love. Kill them with love. You know Jaga and Madai? Nityananda told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you kill these two, you have to kill everybody. Because they're all a bad bunch. Everybody. You got to kill them all. You can just wrap up the whole universe. But that's not why you came. You came for a different reason, for a different purpose. So if you save and forgive these two, then there's hope for everybody else. Sometimes we are too quick to judge and to give up on people. So as preachers and as leaders, you have to be willing to take a little bit of heat. You know what that means? You have to be willing to take some trouble for others. Any questions on this? Customer care, follow-up, distribution. There's a lot more videos. Yes?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Prabhuji, sometime in India, what challenges we face, when we show the book, they like the book and they appreciate the book. and they wanted to buy it. And they asked the price, how much is it? So we said 300. And next question they ask is, where is it written? Where, show me the price. So usually in our BBT book there is no price. So in this situation, how to deal that? Because they wanted to, the price should be there.
Okay, so there's a few things you can tell. One thing is, like, if you're selling a diamond, you don't put a diamond, a price on the diamond. Well, you can have a price sheet, like when you have book table, it's good to have a price list, a price sheet, so you can just show them the price list. And it's got, temple logo, date, stamp. But you can say these books are spiritual books, that's why we don't put prices on them, because it would be disrespectful, because we're not going to put a price on this. So both things work. Okay? Other questions? Okay, what you have done now in the last half hour, this is called assessment. What type of assessments are there in life? Give me some, like what we had now, this is peer assessment. We're assessing the performance of our peers. What other type of assessments are there? Self-assessment. Do you do that? Are you doing self-assessment? Hello? Anybody? How often? At least every Ekadasi, right? You should sit down and introspect and ask, how am I doing? How is my bhajan? How is my seva? How is things going? It's an ongoing thing. Who else assesses you? Your teachers. Teachers means your Diksha Guru? Who else? Counselors, mentors, Shiksha Gurus, temple authority, GBC, temple president, regional secretary, plenty of those people, right? Who else assesses you? Your juniors and your public, yes. Who else assesses you? Staff, yes. Employees, who else? How about Krishna? Paramatma? Are you taking feedback from Krishna? There's a lot of people going to temple, church, and mosque, and they're talking to God. Very few people listen to God. Very few people listen to God. Bhakti is the path of grace. It's a path of introspection. It means you have to become sensitive to hear Krishna's guidance. Krishna is there. He's ready to guide you. Not just in an official way, but in a very personal way, in a very intimate way, in a very loving way. So, to the degree that we're willing to cooperate with Krishna's guidance, to that degree, our journey will become more inspired. So, assessment is a regular thing. That's why we try to inspire you to do this. At the end of the student handbook, not all the way at the end, but on your student, on your skill worksheet, there's a skill worksheet on page 31. Approach, stopping, asking questions, etc. So this is your homework, to fill that in and to read all the sections that we covered today. Clear? Okay. Go back. Jai Gauranga. First one.
Excuse me, miss. You guys speak Spanish or English?
Yeah, I speak Spanish and English.
Mucho gusto. Is this your family?
Louder.
Do you get a copy? We're printing books from India on spiritual knowledge to reduce stress and keep the mind peaceful. Have you ever heard of stress before?
Yeah.
Everybody's heard of stress, right? I'll show you a nice picture real fast. It's from thousands and thousands of years ago from the monks. Basically, it's talking about how life's meant to understand who we really are as a person, Not just the changing body, but the soul. You guys like to think about life sometimes? You look really smart. Yeah. Read this if you have time, because we don't sell them. We're monks. People give donations just for helping out. My name's Gauranga. What's your name?
Ariel.
Ariel? Johan. Mucho gusto. Could you guys throw in a donation and help with the printing? Más o menos contribution corazón. Whatever you like to give, it's for good karma. What's your karma today, bro? It's all good, yeah. Yeah, what goes around comes around. Whatever. I can give you change. It's fine. Whatever you like to give.
I need to pay my pocket.
No problem. Can you guys throw in a few hundred too? You guys are a family, huh? This is an invitation to our vegetarian restaurant and temple. We'd like you to visit us. We try to cover the printing. People give like 5 or 10, whatever you can afford. You need change?
I need to
Gracias. Can you give 5?
No, give me a $2 because I need to pay my. Okay, thank you.
Now you guys want all of them or can you share a few? Or
I share one of you.
keep this one for sure because that's our veggie cookbook and this one I think that's my favorite.
Okay.
Because it's all different ideas of the spiritual masters of India.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Gracias. Hare Krishna.
What happened? What did you see? Come on.
Like out of the crowd he observed and he like started with like you miss. So it means he observed the crowd and he selected the right candidate.
Yes.
He started like that.
Very good. Selecting the right type of people.
Prabhuji, he gave a shake hand to everyone, so made it more personal.
Yeah. Made it very personal, right? Told his name, they said their name, like that. It was like a family thing, right? Because they're Latinos, they're Spanish-speaking people, they're very open-hearted, they're very warm people. And he blended right in. It was nice.
One of them, he asked, you are looking smarter. Smart. You are looking smart.
You're looking smart.
Yeah. So you connect.
Yeah, they liked it. Huh? They paid attention. Now, normally, you know, youngsters, teenagers, they can get a little out of hand. They can get a little goofy. But he kept them focused. He kept them pretty much on target.
He connected with the current phenomenon, stress. All
Yeah.
faces stress, man. So
Yeah.
he spoke about stress.
Yeah. In the back? Do you like the way how he presented the book, the topics? Good, right?
The same thing, Prabhuji, and he told that this is my favorite book.
Made it personal. I like this one the most. People don't argue. They'll accept that. Behind.
He asked you questions that known, like, do you know stress? Have you heard about stress? Like that.
Ask obvious questions. You'll
Obvious.
get positive answers. Behind you.
He used the word thank you, a Spanish word for the thank you, gracias.
Yes, gracias.
Gracias.
So learn languages.
He asks like, how is your karma? So
How's your karma, bro? How's your karma doing? Huh?
Joke actually. How was your karma today?
Yeah.
Like joke.
so they knew that karma factor when he was
No, karma is known. Karma is known.
when he was asking for the donation, he started from a big amount. You can give 10 or 5 or 2, something like that. So
start from the top.
Yeah. Start from the top.
Yeah.
He kept them busy while giving card and saying, since he was taking little time, taking out money.
But he kept it smooth. He kept it going. There was always something happening. He was always, giving, talking, asking. He kept them busy, yeah. Never let the mind get distracted. Do you notice when the mind gets distracted, all of a sudden, the lights go out. So you have to keep the attention.
His little bit body, the hands were in pocket actually.
Yeah.
Earlier videos, the hands were always moving, and that Bhrugupati Prabhu's demeanor was very humble. Here he was not like, he kept the hands in the pocket only for some time. I observed.
That's his style, he's kind of cool. You know, sometimes people also like that when you're just Shanti mode. You're not just like, you know. So there's different personalities, different natures.
He also said, we are the monk and we don't ask for money. So he also say, conveying this message, we are monk and we are doing it for the welfare of the society.
Yes, helping people, and you can help. Yes. You got the mic. You got to use it.
So initially she was really hesitant to give the donation. So he offered that I have change. I can give you change also. And because it was taking time, she was not finding the right change. So he again told that I can give you change.
Yeah. And she didn't give much, but he was happy and congenial. He was not like disappointed, or he just took what she gave. You know, she gave $5, then she wanted $2 back, so she gave $3. He still gave 2 small books, and everybody was happy.
Yeah, that was a very nice point I observed. Maybe he was too professional. He was cool, he was settled.
Yeah.
And the amount she gave, he was making sure he's giving only that much. I mean, what Prabhu asked, he didn't take 20 rupees for a Bhagavad Gita worth 300.
No.
She ended up giving $3. So he was like, maybe you want to share this books or you want to go with like one for each.
But they were
So that-
happy.
yeah, so that takes a lot to present oneself like that, very spontaneous and smooth at the same time, so that our customers are not being felt or disappointed. Oh, I gave this much, so now he's taking his book back. So he was very, very professional. That's what I observed.
In situations like that, where people have a lot of books and they give you little, I just ask them, choose whichever one you like. Which one would you like? And people will choose. They don't expect to get everything. They know that they didn't give enough. So just say, choose the one that you like the most. Okay? And he said, we'd like to invite you. We want you to come. So he made it very personal, extended a personal invitation. Very nice. What else? Okay. Next.
Okay, do you write spiritual books?
Not really too into it.
Okay, maybe we'll meet you when you're more spiritual.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Ram, Hare. Excuse me, you work here? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Sir, nice necklace. New Zealand?
Yeah.
Are you a Kiwi?
Yeah, I am actually.
Oh, you too?
No, English.
I like your necklace more. You get a copy.
Oh, cheers.
Showing these to the people. These are ancient teachings from the Himalayas. We're monks, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, Hare Krishna monks. Print books from Vedas, ancient teachings. You guys look like you've been on a vacation. You look very peaceful.
Don't worry, we're actually just commuting, just transferring, just
Louder?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Keep the books with you because we pass out all of our samples to the nice people. As monks, people just give donations for helping out. My name's Gauranga. What's yours? Malcolm. Good to meet you. Could you guys throw in a donation and keep the books with you?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know where you're
$89.
New Zealand dollars?
Yeah, you can give Kiwi dollars. Yeah. Kiwi dollars rock.
Sure. Give me a hand to that.
The back of the book shows a list of all of our centers around the world. So when you travel, you can visit us.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
Give you this as a present. Do you like to cook? Vegetarian cooking, it's a big part of the teachings.
Yeah, thanks to us.
Yeah. You're vegetarian?
No, it's just
You look like it, man. You look very pure. We're gonna have to chastise you. That's good. Yeah, some give like 10 or 20, or if you're feeling generous, you can give a few thousand. We don't mind. Thank you. Very nice of you.
What happened?
Initially, when few people were not taking, he just said, okay.
Yeah,
wait
he
when
saw the first girl, he said, yeah, maybe next time when you're more spiritual.
more spiritual. And he started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
And she said, yeah, exactly, next time when I'm more spiritual. Like she didn't take it as in a bad way. Then he started chanting. Always keep chanting between people, okay? Always keep chanting. You can write that down. Always keep chanting.
he didn't just randomly choose the means person. He just was just looking for the right candidate. So he just turned to that person.
Yeah?
He-
So he tried a few. They were all employees and they didn't stop. They didn't want to talk to him, but he just kept going,
yeah.
not discouraged. Then what else? In the back.
He was ready to take Kiwi dollar also, and he said Kiwi dollar rocks.
Yes. So he was happy to take foreign currency. So don't be too stuck up. People want to give you foreign cash, take it. Take it. People want to give you ashes, take it. People want to give you fruits, take it. Huh? I was in Aarhus, Denmark, and I met a lady, and she said, gee, how many times this happens? She said, I know this man, I met him. And I said, probably not. He passed away in 77. She said, no, I'm from Hollywood, California. Hollywood is an outside suburb of LA. You know Hollywood, where they make the movies? And it's right next to Culver City, where the temple is. She said, when I was a young girl, I was 16, me and my best friend, we both went on our bicycles down to Culver City, where the temple is, because we heard that the Swami is coming. So we went there, and as he was stepping out of the limousine, we were throwing rose petals on the street. And then he walked over them. And then she looked at me like a mischievous young girl. She said, and then I collected all these petals where he walked over, and I kept them, and I still have them today. And she was like glowing, you know, like a Christmas tree. And then she took books, she gave a donation, then she gave me fruits, she gave me boga, different things. She wanted to give me her bicycle. I said, no, it's okay, it's fine, you know, you already gave me that Prabhupada moment, you know, so I'm fine. Huh? Why am I telling you this? What was the point before? Anything people want to give, you just, you know, and you'd be surprised. People will pay you back in the same currency that you give them. So give your heart. Don't feel scared. Krishna will protect you. We'll talk more tomorrow about transactions and how to deal with different situations, different scenarios. Today was more the general setting. Okay, we go to Mangalananda. He was one of the biggest book distributors. And we go to... No, go back. Not book distribution. Yeah, inspiration. Mangalananda, that one. Yes. Loud enough.
My father, he gave me 2 guidelines when he brought me to the temple. So the last time I was visiting, he said to me, first of all, always remember, this movement will never give you something material, money or etc. And second, this what you want to do means total surrender. Are you ready for this? Then I said, we will see.
So he'd been distributing books for decades. He passed away recently and was very, very empowered devotee who dedicated his life to book distribution. So, yeah, we'll have more for later. That comes at the end, not now. Okay. All right, we covered quite some ground today. So how important is introspection in the life of a devotee? How important? On a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah? You'd agree? Okay. So hopefully this resonated with you, with what you're all about and what you're trying to do. So feel free to do these kind of assessments. You can come up with your own assessment structure for your projects, for your congregation. It doesn't have to be, you know, just a mechanical system, because sometimes it gets a little abstract, a little theoretical. Like, yeah, I check in with my counselor, my mentor every month, and he says, okay, did you chant? Did you read? How many rounds before Mangalarti? And you tick all the boxes. It's more of a heart-to-heart relationship. I have many mentors that I meet irregularly, but when I meet them, it's always very deep, it's always very sincere. I always remind them that I'm a long-term investment, okay? You know what the long-term investment is, right? So don't stress about it, just it's there and keep on investing in it. No? So, and it's been very good in that way. So keep investing into your congregation, keep investing into your teams, and you will see how they will actually grow. And you will see spectacular things. You will see amazing things that can happen. Also, sometimes people are worried, they're a little confused about what is the impact, what is the result of book distribution. So we're going to talk more about that in the coming days. Today was mostly to get an idea about what is the interaction. I understand that your scenarios here are slightly different than what you saw in the videos, but you can extract the principles and then you apply the details in your own settings, okay? So thank you. We definitely lack video, good quality video footage from book distribution in India. I have not come across that. I'm sorry. If somebody has it, we're very open to have more of that. So feel free to turn that in, and we'll incorporate it into the course. So far, it's the Europeans and the Americans who do this kind of stuff. But the others are quite, either Upeksha or Shantaras. But there is not much. There's not much coming as far as material that we can use for teaching purposes. It would be very helpful if we had more of material coming out of India. Okay? Now, tomorrow we get into different varieties of book distribution. Have you heard of Chakadola? Yes. You know him. He's a short, healthy guy from Noida. Healthy. And he's a techie. He just works, in IT. Yet, he distributes about 40,000 Mahabig and big books every year. How does he do it? Flipkart. He has Prabhupada's books on Flipkart. He has 4 warehouses, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest. He has 6 employees who do the fulfillment, who do the shipment, and he just monitors the team. And he just encourages and inspires. And in this way, every day 100 books are ordered online and distributed online. Work smarter. Don't work harder. You got people in your universe. You got people who are capable of doing that. There's so many platforms where you can distribute Prabhupada's books. There's unlimited ways how to distribute books. Now, we only showed you primarily now street, airport, but tomorrow we're going to diversify. We're going to get into whole various ranges of styles of book distribution, including Shastradhan, sponsored books, CSR, etc. But for today, I think you got enough to chew on. So thank you for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada was very much pleased to see that his books were distributed. He always, the first thing he wanted to hear was the Sankirtan newsletter. That's the first thing he wanted to hear. All his secretaries said the same thing. Prabhupada wanted to hear the Sankirtan newsletter. And he was very happy to hear those scores. And he communicated his gratitude in different ways. Like, one time I was in Vrindavan and I was doing Govardhan Parikrama. And afterwards, we went to see Buddhimanta. How many of you have heard of Buddhimanta? Buddhimanta was one of the first book distributors. You know when they went to that gas station and they gave books instead of paying for gas? That was Buddhimanta. He was one of the first ones who did over 100 big books a day. He was distributing out of LA. LA was very hot in the summer. So one time he came back from Sankirtan, he took a shower and he just put on a dhoti, no kurta, and he went into Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada gave darshan. It was afternoon. And when Prabhupada saw him, he was so happy, he asked Buddhimanta how was Sankirtan. And there's 2 versions of the story. One version is Prabhupada took off his own shirt and gave it to him. Another version is he had his servant get a shirt from his Almirah and give it to Buddhimanta. In any case, he got Prabhupada's shirt. Would you like to get Prabhupada's kurta? Haribol, right? Haribol. You can still get Prabhupada's kurta today if you engage in book distribution. Because this is not limited by time and space. This is ongoing. This is Nitya Lila. So, then, later on, Buddhimanta was one of the first who traveled around the world and taught others how to distribute books. So he went to different countries and he was teaching how to distribute books. Prabhupada was very pleased with him. Later on, Buddhimanta got leukemia. He got cancer of the blood. And he was in Vrindavan passing away. So after Govardhan Parikrama, me and Harinamananda, my older brother, spiritual brother, we went to see him. And he was in Krishna Balaram guest house in the back, you know, the launch pad, the room where people take off, where also Bhuvaneshwar Prabhu, he went from there and a few others. It's a direct line from there, you know, to the spiritual world. So he was there, and because of his leukemia, he went in and out of consciousness. But when he talked about Prabhupada, he was as clear as the midday sun. Now, when he saw us, he was so happy. He was smiling. He was exuberant. He was like Bhishma Dev on a bed of arrows. His body was emaciated. He was sick. He was in pain. His consciousness was phasing in and out. He could have said, look, I'm suffering, you know, like I'm in pain. But he chose to tell us all about Prabhupada. So he narrated, he said, Prabhupada gave me his own shirt. And then he started laughing and laughing. He said, I was only distributing a few books, but you guys are distributing thousands of books. What would Prabhupada give you? And then he started laughing like anything. So it's like Bhishma Dev, who was happy to receive the Pandavas, and he saw them, that they were installed as the emperors of the world. And he wasn't lamenting, oh, I'm lying here, I'm dying, I got all these arrows in me. But he was glorifying the Pandavas. And that was his joy. So, then we left Vrindavan and we went to the west and we continued distributing. And later on we heard that Buddhimanta left this world, and it was on Shivaratri. And we remembered exactly that was the biggest day that we had. I went door to door in a rural area of Switzerland. It was not marathon. It was just a regular, normal day. I distributed 255 Mahabig and Big books. 2 Bhagavatam said, 1 CC said. Anybody who opened the door, they just looked at me, and money just came flying from all directions. I just had to catch it, you know. People were just throwing money at me. And they just, yeah, okay, here, take. We didn't know what happened. Later on, we realized that was the day Buddhimanta left this world. Because Buddhimanta gave his life for book distribution, for preaching. Krishna said on this day, nobody can refuse. Everybody has to take books. It was just like free for all. You know, sale, just take. And everybody got books. So Krishna is very responsive, and he likes to be responsive. He likes to be captured by the love of his devotees. So Srila Prabhupada said, you show your love for me in as much as you cooperate after I'm gone, and please distribute books. You remember that first video that we showed you from Los Angeles? Where he begs, he begs his followers, please do this. So it's very personal, it's very heartfelt, it's a very clear call to action, a very clear mission statement. Now, obviously, there are different ways how to distribute books. There's different ways how to get this done. There's not a one shoe size fits all. And there's room. In fact, there's unlimited opportunity to expand this mission. And we're going to discuss in the next few days how to expand this mission. But it's important that we understand the basics, the mood and mission, the principles, the values, the quality of the interaction. Then once you understand the principle, we can apply it in any scenario. So thank you for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada ki, Harinam Sankirtan ki, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow at 10:29.